Welcome back to Conversations on Deck, and today is Topps Wednesday, and we're looking at this 1988 Topps Vicente Palacios card. And wait a second, where's Vicente? All I see is a piece of gum stuck on the back of a card. Ah, there he is. All right, in all his splendor, but we're going to focus on the gum today. I love these cards. I've been opening a lot of 88 packs, and the gum is just stuck to the back of the card, which makes them a lot of fun, something to talk about. But let's talk about Vicente. He was born July 19th, 1963. That was the year John F. Kennedy was assassinated. Also the year my good friend Reggie, which you'll meet someday, he was born in 63. And Vicente was born in Veracruz, Mexico. He started out in the Mexican Baseball League, where he earned his stripes there, got picked up with the Major League. He was a righty. Eventually had some rotator cuff injuries, so he kind of went back and forth into minor leagues, rehab. Played for, Pittsburgh here, the Cardinals, and the Padres. Then he went back down to Mexico and finished out his career there at age 40. Well, in 1988, he was 24 years old, and he started out at AAA Buffalo. He was 3-0. He had a 1.99 ERA. He played in 5 games, 31.2 innings, 1 complete game, 1 save, 7 earned runs, 5 walks, 23 Ks, 1 hit by pitch. So he had a great time in Buffalo, and then he got called up, and he pitched for Jim Leyland. And he didn't do so hot. He had a 1-2 record, 6.66 ERA. I don't know if you want that 6.66 anywhere near you. He played in 7 games, 24.1 innings, faced 113 batters. He had 15 walks, 15 Ks, 18 earned runs. And let's finish out a little Vicente wisdom here. And this is some wisdom he gave to the newspaper after he pitched 3 scoreless innings. He came in the game. Jim Leyland pulled out Drabek and said, "Hey, kid, I need you to pitch. I need you to hold this 2-1 lead." It was 6th inning against the Phils. Bases were loaded. He came in. He shut the door. Then their closer came in the 9th. They won the game 5-1. Here's what he said after the game. Quote, "I was nervous about 15 minutes before the game, but I was calm when I started throwing in the bullpen. When you're a reliever, you have to get ready to pitch in a hurry. I just came in and felt really comfortable. I'm happy with the way I pitched. I'd never played before that many people." End quote. You know what? I'd be nervous too. 24 years old, you're coming into Three Rivers Stadium. Oh, by the way, there's 54,089 fans watching you. So big game, and yeah, I guess you're going to be nervous. So we're going to stay on this gum theme, and here's one of my favorite cards right here. Can you guess who that is? That's a 1981 Don Russ, Danny Ainge. Yep, you heard it. Danny Ainge, who played for the Toronto Blue Jays, but he also played for the Boston Celtics, my favorite team. So let's learn a little bit about Danny. He was born March 17th, 1959 in Eugene, Oregon. And in 1981, he was just 22 years old. He was playing third base for the Blue Jays. He was also, a college student at BYU at the same time. Toronto had him signed. And then in 81, when he graduated from BYU, he signed with the Celtics, dropped the Blue Jays. So in 81, here's his totals. 86 games, 20 runs, 46 hits, 6 doubles, 0 home runs. I think he had two home runs for his whole career. So he was not a power guy. 14 ribbies, 8 stolen bases, 23 walks, 41 Ks, 1 hit by pitch, and a whopping 187 batting average. He definitely was built for basketball. He was like 6'5", something like that. So here's a little Danny wisdom. If you know anything about Danny Ainge, boy, the facial expressions, they cannot hide anything. Quote, "Ever since I was a kid, my mom always told me, 'Danny, you got to stop making those facial expressions. But it's just me. I play with a lot of emotion. I don't think I'm a crybaby or cocky. This is the way I've played since I was 5 years old." End quote. Well, I'll tell you, being a fan of the Celtics, love the tenacity of Danny Ainge. Yeah, I think he was cocky. And yeah, I think it was a crybaby sometime. But you know what? That's sports. It brings out the best and it brings out the worst in players. And somebody like a Danny Ainge could not hide it. All right, here's another gum card that you're thinking, hey, wait a second. Where is the gum on that? Oh, that's right. The gum is right there. But you know what? Let's just check out this card because it's kind of interesting. This is a card from 1978 depicting Gene Simmons in his demon persona with his 6-inch, heeled boots, his kabuki style makeup, his long tongue, his leather costume with the bat wings, studded collar, you name it. This was a pack of cards that I had opened up with my friend Matt earlier in the year. And, I was trying to figure out, okay, is that Gene Simmons' house or something like that? I mean, you see this giant spider here. I can't stand spiders. But really, that's truly a photo from their made-for-TV musical film, which was popular in the 1970s. It was called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. It's kind of like when Scooby-Doo meets the Phantom of the Park or, something like that. Kiss wasn't real happy with it, but the fans were. It became a cult classic. You're probably not going to hear about me watching it in its entirety. Gene Simmons, he's, the front man for Kiss, and he is a quote machine. And it is interesting listening to all the things that come out of his mouth. Some are crazy, actually a lot are crazy, and some totally make sense. And here's one of Gene's quotes that I thought was interesting. Quote, "Music is feeling. You can't try to verbalize it. It really just hits you, or it doesn't." End quote. I think about my own musical selections. There's some Kiss songs that I think are really good. There's some just pure rock and roll songs I think are good, or a country song, or a Christian song, or whatever, just a instrumental. And I tend to agree with Gene. It either hits you or it doesn't. And I also think that in your life, as you get older or you have more life experiences, I think music hits you in a different way as well. And so, anyways, I thought that was pretty interesting gum card. That's a huge piece of gum, too. And then the last card I want to highlight, this is a fun one. This is a 1982 Super Pac-Man sticker. Fleer put these out. I was born in 1970, so I remember Pac-Man when it came out in 1980. I remember when Ms. Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man came out in 1982. It was cool. So in this pack, you get 3 cards, you get 3 stickers, and you get 1 piece of gum. Well, it's kind of interesting because you don't see the gum there, but if you look closely, I don't know if I can get that on the camera, you can see the gum residue. It's almost like it was totally like nuclear blasted or something like that, and then just vaporized, or it was powder. You remember the Ghost crew, the red guy, Blinky, and Pinky, that's obvious, and Clyde was the orange. Well, this is Inky. Inky was, I'd say he's the least flashy of all the ghosts. His nickname is Bashful. He's not aggressive, but he is willing to help Blinky and the other ghosts blindside you or trap you in the maze. And so Super Pac-Man, fun game because you have those super power dots that you hit, and when you hit one of those, Pac-Man just grows huge. The ghosts go scurrying away. It's kind of like a steroid shot from the 1990s that the Bash Brothers were injecting. Pac-Man grows, increases in his speed, and then all of a sudden he withers away. So in this sticker, obviously, when I think about it, Inky got chomped by Super Pac-Man, and that's why he has the Super Pac headache, and all that's left is the headache and the burn mark from that gum. So anyways, that's my video for today on gum and trading cards. Hope you had fun. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.